Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. Let's talk about sustainability and repairability and reliability in technology. We are getting very close to the point where we are running out of resources on this planet. That's the whole point of all the recycling. We're supposed to recycle far more. Sustainable technology, sustainable stuff, so it doesn't go into landfill, so it doesn't become e-waste. So why then do companies, massive companies like Apple, just put profits first? And Apple does. If you use Apple products for as your primary thing, you are basically paying for slave labour. Remember, if you go past all their shiny, and they are good at what they do, if you go past all their shiny, nearly every piece of tech they make was built in China, in factories where the workers have no rights at all, no fucking rights at all, and where child labour can be used, and they did it purely for cost. Why would they want to? Before there's problems where we've got to move stuff back over to America and all that stuff, why the hell would they want to? Cheap. They weren't thinking about the environment or the future. And nearly every single piece of fucking Apple hardware is locked down so much that you have to have special licenses to repair it. I know. They go all along the bullshit of security and all that. Bullshit. It's nothing to do with that. It's just them trying to make a profit out of fucking everything. You don't need a new Apple phone every year. You don't need a brand new of any kind of phone every year. The technology doesn't leap. Now, if you think about my S20, came out, I think it was the end of 2019, just into 2020. My S20 Founders Edition was a bit later because it was, the fan edition. I picked up that, and now my primary phone is now the S25 Ultra. And the evolution of tech in 5 years, good. The camera on this is fucking amazing. I took this picture this morning. I haven't messed with the camera at all on it. I just thought, oh, Zach looks cute. Zach had just kicked off the covers on the bed and was just lying there. And I didn't need a flash. I had no lighting in this room. It's really bad for lighting. You can probably even notice with this camera that you can see noise in the background. That's because if I turn the light on, we wouldn't have noise in the background. We'd have a much clearer background picture. So there was no lights on and anything this morning. I just sat up here. I was putting my socks on and I noticed, ooh, doggy cute. And this is the result. I just pressed the main camera button. That's it. No effort, no thinking about what I needed to do with settings. I hadn't even this was the first time since I've had it that I actually used the camera. That is a fucking stunning picture. So, yes, justified. 5 years on. But will I throw away my old phone? No, it's going to be used as my backup phone. It's going to be used downstairs sometimes on a little thingy so that it can show the security cameras. It may actually be turned into a little MP3 hi-fi for downstairs. All these things you can use for phones. You don't have to throw them away. But for 4 or 5 years, that S20 went everywhere with me. And it worked. We don't need the shiny. We don't need to change any air. The same goes for all technology and computers. With all the bullshit from Nvidia and everything else, you know what? You can still game with a 3060. You can still game with a 20 series. You can game on a lot of things. You don't have to have cutting edge 50 fucking 90s. In fact, I wouldn't have any of the 50 series ever. That 50 series, the entire 50 series is one hell of a mistake. Anybody throwing money into it is just making money for Nvidia and nothing else. 40 series is much better, and the 30 series is still good. We need sustainability in technology. Valve has proved, remember, Valve, as I've said, Valve is a software and service company mainly. But they've come out with two or three amazing pieces of tech. The Valve Index and the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck shows what you can do. They released it when it was ready. Before it even released, they released a video on iFixit, and a thing is saying, okay, this is how you... In fact, no, they did it on their own site and on YouTube, basically saying, now we aren't saying that you should take apart your Steam Deck, but this is how you disassemble a Steam Deck. And they went through the entire thing and showed you how to disassemble it. And pretty much before the Steam Deck came on the market, iFixit had rated it as an almost, I think it's a 10 out of 10, one of the best ones for being able to be fixed and taken apart and repaired. And you could buy all the spare parts and rebuild it in that. Why the fuck? If a company that is not built from the ground up to do hardware, with a small but brilliant set of staff, can bring something out like the Steam Deck that is reliable, that is basically built like a tank and comfortable and easy to use and works, but also moddable and repairable right from day one. If they can do it, why the fuck can't Apple? Why the fuck can't Azeal? Why the fuck can't MSI? It's fine them giving us all this new tech and that, but I don't trust any of them. It's a load of bullshit. You know, you know what would have my loyalty for Samsung? If the next set of phones they came with an iFixit guide of how to fix them, and say 5 or 10 years worth of spare parts, with screens that you could remove easily. Fairphone has proved that you can make a phone. Fairphone, who are a very small company in the mobile phones thingy, they've proved that you can provide. My friend's Fairphone, the USB-C died on it. Well, not died completely, but it wasn't working properly. And for a normal situation, that'd be, oh God, do I just repair it or do I throw it away? Once the USB-C connector's gone, you can't charge the phone and things like that. No, you just order the part, couple of screws, new part in, fixed. Imagine if companies like Samsung did that. And we need to. This planet is a finite fucking resources. It really is. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. There's going to be wars fought over all these things. Why do you think China is buying up places all over the world? They don't care about the countries. They want to know what's underground. They want a monopoly on all these rare earth materials that we need. I really, really wish that there was more being done towards this. Every country says, oh yes, we're going green, we're going to try and help, but it's all bullshit stuff. It's not actually stuff that matters. We are a technological society. We need to shift from throwaway technology to repairable technology. There's laptops out there from 2012 that you could replace the graphics card daughterboard in them just by slotting it out and slotting it. That the actual CPU was in a socket and you could just take it out just like a main PC and upgrade it. That the memory was in a socket. That pretty much every fucking part of them was rebuilt. It's why I love old laptops. That should be the norm today. If any governments really, if any companies really are on the bandwagon for all this kind of sustainable technology thing, then this is the way to go. Give us a phone with a full set of diagrams and parts. And even if we don't want to fix it, make it easier for people like Lewis Rossman and that. The independent repair shops, which are dying out. Make it easier for them to fucking get the kit and put it back together and repair it for you. Creating a smartphone is a major thing, and it uses so many different types of technology. By the way, the case I'm using on this is, give me a sec, I'll find the name of it because it's gorgeous. It's a Poetic Spartan case. Quite well known, these cases are. Really good. It's got rubberized outside for shock. It's got a front cover. It's got a cover for the lens at the back that slides off. It's got a quick stand on it, so you can actually use it by putting it down like that and watching stuff on it. It is absolutely beautiful. I do this because I am rough on my technology. I really am rough on my phones and that. They do get bashed. When I have a Steam Deck, the first thing I'm going to do is put in an ugly little silicon cover. In fact, I've still got my old one. Let me pause this. This will go back on thingy. I made cutouts on it so it would fit better for what I wanted, but yeah, that will be on there from day one on my new Steam Deck, because I know I hold on to my phones and stuff and I forget that I've got them in my pocket or that I've got them in my hand, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to walk over there, whack, he'll get hit against a desk corner or something like that. So yeah, we need to support companies that are doing the sustainable thing. We need to support companies that are going to, how can I put it, give something back to the planet. And not in a highfalutin way idea, but a basic idea that I'll buy tech from you if you provide the ability for me to keep that tech going. A contract between us and them. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.